Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video we'll be comparing the Asus Zenfone 2 Laser with the Moto G third generation. And I am going to compare the Zenfone 2 2GB model that comes with the Snapdragon 410 processor and with the Moto G third generation, also known as the 2015 model. And I'm going to compare it with the 16 gigabyte model because this one also has 2 gigabytes of RAM. Yes, there is a price difference, but I feel in terms of specs, both are very close to each other. And I have made a lot of pointers. I have used both these devices for considerable amount of time, so I'm familiar with them. And first, let's talk about the design aspects. Obviously, the screen size is different on both the devices. The Moto G third generation has a 5-inch screen, and it's again still a 720p HD screen, and it can easily fit in a single hand, and you can also text it with a single hand, I would say. And in terms of ergonomics, it's really comfortable because of this textured back. Zenfone 2 Laser again has a 5.5-inch screen, and again it has that curved back. So even though it's having a bigger screen and as it does not have any buttons on the side, it's also comfortable to hold in a hand. But again, while texting etc., it's again a two-hand device in my opinion. Also in terms of weight, though the Zenfone 2 Laser weighs a little bit more, that is 170 grams, but I did feel that the weight distribution is good, so it does not feel very heavy. In fact, I would say the Moto G third generation feels a little bit heavier because of the 5-inch screen, because now it has IPX certification. It weighs at around 155 grams, but both the phones are comfortable in hand. Now, if we talk about screen quality, though the screen resolution is same on both, that's 720p HD screen. In terms of screen quality, I would say the Zenfone 2 is better. As you can see from the screenshot, the screen is slightly having a yellowish tint on the Moto G3, whereas the whites on the Zenfone 2 Laser are a lot more whiter. So if you are a color purist, I would say you like the Zenfone 2 Laser a lot more. But again, I would say it's just nitpicking. I have so many phones, so I just compared. But if you just normally use even the Moto G3, you won't notice it. But if you are a person who's very picky about colors, then the Zenfone 2 Laser might be a better choice. Next, if we talk about the battery life, here it is very interesting. Let's first talk about the Moto G third generation. It has a 2470 milliamp hour battery, which is actually not user replaceable. And in terms of battery life, I would say the Moto G third generation is really good. And in terms of screen on time, I would say I was able to get around 4.5 hours of screen on time, which is very good. And it could easily last me for a full working day without any issues. So the battery life is good, I would say. But when we move to the Zenfone 2 Laser, I would say the battery life is incredible. It has a 3000 milliamp hour battery, and the battery is user replaceable. And in terms of screen on time, I would say I was getting very good battery life. I was always able to get about 6 hours of screen on time, and once I got almost 7 hours of screen time. So in terms of battery life, I would say definitely the Zenfone 2 goes ahead. It can almost last you for 2 full working days. Don't get me wrong, the Moto G3 also has a good battery life, but if I had to pick only in terms of battery life, then definitely the Zenfone 2 Laser goes ahead. In fact, I would say this phone has got me the best battery life till date among the phones that I have tested. Now, when we move to camera, I would say first let me talk about the software. The software is far superior on the Zenfone 2 Laser. It has a lot of modes like manual mode, etc. Whereas the software experience is just plain vanilla on the Moto G3. But when we talk about the picture quality, I would definitely say that the Moto G3 takes better pictures compared to the Zenfone 2. Though it even has laser autofocusing system, the picture quality is just average on the Zenfone 2. I've already posted a dedicated videos regarding the camera performance. You can check out that for more info. Now, if we talk about the user interface, here things change. The Asus Zenfone 2 has this Asus Zen UI, which is actually very feature rich. It does offer us a lot of options. So if you like to do a lot of customization, it is available. And it also has some very handy features like, let's say, double tap to sleep and double tap to wake. So you have all those features on the Zenfone, and I particularly like the Zen UI. it does offer a lot of options. But when we move to Moto G third generation, it is almost stock Android experience that you get, apart from the Moto display. Whenever you get a notification, you get that Moto display. And as it runs the stock Android experience, I would say everything is really fast on this. But again, if you like a lot of customization like double tap to sleep, etc., you won't find that on the Moto G third generation. Now, if we talk about UI lag, I did not notice much UI lag on this Moto G third generation thanks to the very stock Android experience. And also, as this model has 2 gigabytes of RAM, even in terms of multitasking, it was fine. Also, when we move to the Zenfone 2 Laser, for the most part it is very responsive and it handles the Zen UI very well. But I did notice some minor lag in the dialer. When I was making voice calls, it used to take almost 1.5 seconds after I tap. That is one thing that I've noticed. But apart from that, even the Zenfone 2 Laser does perform fairly well. Now, if we talk about cellular call quality, the good thing is that both the phones have very good cellular call quality, but I would give the slight edge to the Moto G third generation. And if I have to rate, I would rate the Zenfone's call quality to 8.5 and the Moto G third generation to 9. That is because the speaker on the Zenfone 2 is actually very low. Even when I was watching multimedia files, etc., I always felt that even at max volume, the volume was low. And that also reflects when you try to take calls on speakerphone, etc. But with the Moto G third generation, though it still has only a single speaker here at the bottom, the speaker quality was very loud and clear. So in terms of speakers, definitely the Moto G3 has a better speaker. Also, when we move to headphone jack, the sound output that I got via the headphone jack was very good on both the devices. Very enjoyable music, I would say. But again, here also I would give the slight edge to the Moto G third generation. But as it's running Zen UI, you do have a lot more customizations. For example, audio effects on the Zenfone 2. Now, if we talk about one special feature that this Moto G third generation has is water resistant. This is IPX7 certified. So if this device falls in water, nothing will happen. We have no protections like that on the Zenfone. Now, if we obviously talk about the price, the Zenfone 2 Laser is priced at 10,000 rupees, whereas the Moto G third generation, the 16 gigabyte model is for 13,000. So definitely this cost a lot more. Now, if we talk about the Android updates, both these devices run Android Lollipop out of the box. And as the Zen phone runs Zen UI, in terms of software updates, it won't be as fast as the Moto G. Generally, the Moto G devices get Android updates very quickly. The earlier generation of Zenfone, that's the Zenfone 5, also got the Android Lollipop, but there is a huge delay. So if you are a sort of a person who can't wait for Android updates, then the Moto G is for you. So these were the main differences between these two devices. I would say, though the Motorola Moto G3 is slightly on the more expensive side, I would say overall package, if you look at it, it's a very good device. The biggest cons, I would say, for the Zenfone 2 Laser were the speakerphone output and the camera. But one place where the Zenfone 2 Laser really excelled is in terms of battery life. So I would say it's up to you to decide. If you just don't care that much about the camera and the battery life is a high priority to you, then I would definitely say the Zenfone 2 Laser is the phone for you. But again, if you want an overall package, then I feel the Moto G third generation might be a better choice. I've also posted the full in-depth review for the Moto G third generation. You can check out that. I'll also be posting the full review for the Zenfone 2 Laser very soon, so stay tuned to my channel. I hope this video was helpful, and if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.